Series, Bagara barrels for guaranteed accuracy, nitride for guaranteed rust proofing, and a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
This segment is being sponsored by Capital Sportsman.
All right, this week's Picture of the Week being brought to you by Flowers Garden Center. 4550 Eatons Creek Road. They are getting ready for that spring greenery season.
Getting the greenhouses ready to go. That's what they were talking about when we were with them this past weekend.
What do you got here?
Well, our first picture this week, now, I'll give just a little bit of story to this. Originally, this is Bailey Smith, 5-year-old Bailey Smith, and originally her grandfather brought this picture into our good friend David McMurray over at National Marine and asked if we'd get this picture on here. Well, again, she's 5 years old, and her dad, Chris, were hunting together, and she helped him pull the trigger on this deer. Ended up being her first deer. They got it in Smith County. So we want to say a good, big congratulations to Bailey on that, and to Grandpa and to Dad as well, because I know it means just as much to them.
Everybody's happy over that.
That's right. And our second picture here, this is Kelly Fuquay, and this is a picture of her with her very first archery deer that she got with her boyfriend, Deonka Hawkins. And he's actually been, we spoke with her this weekend actually back and forth a little bit about some public land hunting and things like that. And he has started teaching her how to hunt, and she's taken off with it and just really enjoyed it. So I want to say hi to them and tell her congratulations on that. And this is a picture collage that was sent to us by Wesley Burgess. And this was his 2017 turkey season here. He had a pretty good year.
He had a good year.
And so these are each of his turkeys from this past season, and each one of those looks like he's sharing with his little girl there. So that's definitely a special picture. And then here on the end, Dennis Crick sent us this photo of his wife Wendy with a nice bass that she caught while they were out fishing together. And they said that they enjoy fishing together quite often, so just want to...
Where'd she catch that big fish?
You know, he didn't give us the information. I tried to get the GPS coordinates, and I couldn't get it. Yeah, send your pictures over to us here. Southern Woods and Waters, 474 James Robertson Parkway, Nashville, Tennessee, or better yet, just get them to us on Facebook. And we can, it's a lot faster. We can get them on here and share them with everybody else. So,
well, I have to say, I got my buddy on here.
That's right.
Finally.
We've done a swap out here.
I'm going to tell you something. Now, Terry Peoples over there, he and I have been rabbit hunting for a while now. We've got to where we know quite a few people. And Terry's a legend. I mean, he shoots hickory saplings and things like that, and everybody knows all that. We've shown that before. But Terry's got some of the best dogs. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you something. If you truly want to know what the adventure is of a hunt, carry a dog.
Yeah.
There ain't anything like it.
No, there's not. Man.
I love to hear dogs going, you know, and they got an old rabbit, and it's not cruel because that rabbit can outrun those dogs any day of the week, really. But a dog just doesn't give up.
No. And
you just, and especially Terry's dogs. And Terry, thank you so much for being on the show tonight, and we really appreciate it. We got a rabbit hunt planned here on the 17th to carry your dogs and show them in action. And but for you, and I know where your heart is. Your heart's the dogs.
The dogs. That's right. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having me there, Hugh. And but I want to get something straight, because if not, we're gonna have a feud at the house.
What?
Mom will make sure that the rabbits are brought in, but it's Dad that does the cooking of the rabbits.
Really? I thought Mama did it.
Dad is the one that, Dad is the one that having rabbits to where that tongue will beat you upside the head.
Let me put it this way: both of them have a challenge to see which one makes the best rabbit.
I tell you now, I'm not gonna say that Mom can't do it, but Dad's the one. So Dad, I got it out there for you.
He took care of you.
You took care of Dad, huh?
Yeah. That's right.
Well, I'll tell you what, we appreciate you coming out here. And now, you know, I've been swamp rabbit hunting with you. I've been cottontail rabbit hunting with you. I've been with long-legged dogs. I've been with short-legged dogs. I've been with dogs that barely had a leg, and watched you work them. And it's as much the handler as it is the dogs.
Yeah, man's really got to have a feel and a love for the dogs. If you know your dogs, you work your dogs, then that dog, you don't have to say a word That dog feels you. He knows exactly what you want and what's expected, and the better you are to that dog, the harder he's gonna work. You know, everybody has a particular tall, short, chop mouth, broad mouth, you know, hush mouth. Me particular, I like a 13-inch dog. I like a chop mouth dog. I got a good friend, Mr. Long. He won't have anything but a chop mouth dog. But me, I like to have that big broad back in that third or fourth back in there, letting them know that they're doing their job. Yeah. You know, that just kind of gives them a little motivation.
You know, how long has it been? 4 or 5 years ago, we went rabbit hunting with that girl that had that grand champion dog that got the grand champion beagle in what was it, in orders? I mean, commands. Remember, she got the grand champion of that. She went hunt. She wanted to know what it was like to take one hunting.
And up the other side of Triune.
Yes, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Now this girl had high hopes. Now, Brandon, she had a good dog, no doubt about it. She had a good dog.
She had a good dog.
And he would do commands. I mean, you could command him to sit in that chair, and he'd probably jump over and sit in that chair.
But when them briars hit him,
he got to command. Got that bloody tail going.
Them briars hit him. It changed his mind about
Terry's dogs was tearing it up, and her dog came back like, I need a Band-Aid.
It's special to watch how they work. And it seems too that each dog, it's almost like they know their job. It's like they got, like he said, you have one back here kind of watching over, making sure, and keeping the rest of them in line. And some of the dogs, they're going to get in there and push them out. Then you got jumpers and you got runners, and it's just to sit back and watch it. I don't care. You can leave the shotgun in the truck, just walk around and watch.
Well, I do. I only carry a camera. Yeah. Have I ever carried a shotgun?
No.
I carry a camera. I watch Terry.
Listen to those dogs and hearing the excitement.
But here's what I want to get a point across to people. Terry, you train these dogs from pups, and they know exactly what you want. You don't have to do hard. I hear you holler at them every now and then, but for the most part, they do exactly what you want them to do.
Yeah, I mean, say if a man was gonna get some, he was looking to get in the beagles. If it were I, of course you're gonna go out and try to get you a good female or get you a good male. But if you get a litter of pups, nobody knows what that dog's gonna do. Nobody. So nobody can say that it's got faults, this, that, or the other, and you know what you like. So then you take that litter of pups, and you're gonna find that jump dog, you're gonna find that trail dog, you're gonna find that there's gonna be maybe one pup in there that's gonna fight for that front end but probably can't handle it. And if it were I, then I would separate that dog, and then you know where your dog stands, so you're actually building your pack. Some people like to run 3, some like to run 2, some like to run 5. But if you have your dogs in order and everybody knows their job and they don't have a problem working it, then you're going to have a better pack of dogs. And even if that dog, his job is the only thing that he does is sit back there and holler, that's his job.
That's right.
So therefore that pack is going to look really good versus you having 2 good dogs up there and the dog wanting it and can't handle it, and he's going to steady more constantly pull those other dogs off the track, and they're constantly losing the rabbit. But it's spending the time with the dogs. A lot of guys like using training collars, and a training collar is fine if a man knows how to use it and not abuse it. But for the most part, if you spend the time with the dog and you know the dog, he's gonna give you what you need.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Hey, we got to do our product of the week right now.
This week's product of the week's been brought to you by our friends down at Caney Fork Outdoors. We hung out with them quite a bit this weekend at the boat show, and they had a lot going on. There's a lot of new boats right now that you can go down there and see. You can go see Ryan and Donaldson at the Donaldson Plaza location, or go up and see Joel and the rest of the crew at the Caney Fork River right there at Big Rock Market.
Well, let me give you at that fishing show, the boat and fishing show, we got up with Mike Buca at the Bull Shad, and also my good friend Bill Barton with B&B Custom Lures was there. I got to introduce him to a few people. And Mike Buca and Bill Barton got together, and Mike Buca makes the Bull Shad. And as you can see, this Bull Shad here is what I think this is the 4-inch Yeah, the 5-inch. This is the 5-inch bull shed right here. And he sent it off to Bill Barton, and Bill Barton brought it to me, and it looks just like a bluegill. And just a great, great bait to use right after the spawn, because when those bass lay those eggs, those bluegill, that's like owning the buffet line right there. They like to eat all those eggs and everything. This is a great thing because bass just hate the bluegill. They're going to fire them up every chance to get when they know they're robbing those beds. So check them out. Excuse me. With bull shad baits and B&B custom lures. Look them up on your website, and I'm sure you're going to be well pleased with whatever they make. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to have more about rabbit hunting and maybe a little bit of fishing too. So, we're back to more Southern Woods and Water.